Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. What's happening? What's going on? This your girl Tiffany coming through here live in effect. Live in effect. Oh boy, it's been an interesting week. Everybody is arm in defense about the Supreme Court situation going on. And there's a lot of little crazy things taking place in the conscious community where it's always crazy stuff taking place. Always some crazy shit going on. So the title is What Did I Learn from the Conscious Community and What Did I Learn from Being in Team Osiris? All right. So let me start with saying what did I learn from the conscious community? In the beginning, I had very high hopes for the conscious community. I really did because I was starting off fresh, just coming into knowledge and learning about self, learning about history, and learning about a lot of things. So let me talk about the pros and cons. The pros of the conscious community is being able to gain information about history. Being able to All right, I'm back. Yeah, being exposed to knowledge that you never been exposed to before, being exposed to information that you never learned before, and it was something that gave me some type of connection to learning more about my roots and being proud of who I am as a black woman, right? So for me, I felt like the conscious community was my rite of passage. It was my rite of passage to being able to experience what womanhood is like and being able to learn. At least that's what I thought it was. Now here's the con. The con is you have various organizations, various groups that's very cliquish, and there's a lot of ego problems, especially coming from the males. So there's a lot of ego fragility, and what we also would learn that there's a lot of misogyny going on, and not only a lot of misogyny, but a lot of disrespect. So a lot of people who've been taken advantage of, who've been violated, etc. By those who are so-called in these religious groups and in these conscious groups, etc. So yeah, that's the con to it. Scamming, con artists, molesters, abusers, and all of that. And most of them are men that's in the community that's doing these kind of things. So yeah, so that's the pros and that's the con. But again, what I learned that I was able to gain knowledge and gain information. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Peace to everybody in the chat. So I was able to learn things that I never knew, and it inspired me to be able to go on and study on my own and being able to branch off and acquire more knowledge. So I don't necessarily regret the fact that I was in the conscious community. I just think that I should have better option or pay more attention in the beginning when I first joined the conscious community. I don't regret it. I don't regret the fact that I went through that stage because that otherwise it would not make me a better person. It would not make me a better individual. So I don't regret that at all. To be honest, I really don't. So I'm glad that I went through that. That was my stepping stone to make me become a better person, make me more wiser, and be able to think more outside the box. And I encountered and I came across good people who had my best interests, people who I felt that really would help me along the way. So I was able to make friends. I was able to build and network with people, and I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I appreciate being involved in doing a little community work here and there because that really kept me motivated. So it was like really an opportunity to be able to come across those who are like-minded, those who was very powerful and intelligent. What did I learn from being in Team Osiris? Well, I gained knowledge out of Team Osiris. I learned how to be able to do more research and question people a little bit more and be able to learn how to really think more outside the box. Whether I had positive and negative experiences from the members of Team Osiris, it I would say that research team has motivated me to become much wiser and much better. And I started to like really learn how to just be able to do on my own without needing those guys in the group. Um, Now I'm gonna talk about the con. So the con for me being in Team Osiris, I know some things, and I'm gonna put on the record. I know there was some low key misogyny going on in Team Osiris. I'm just gonna say it, and I don't care who get upset. It was some low key misogyny going on. It's like it was because it was more males than females. I guess like the men were like interacting amongst themselves more, and they didn't really like pay the female too much of attention. So it was more like a brotherhood type of thing, fellowship, fraternity thing they had going on. So and they kind of like focus more on themselves than focus on the team as a whole. They were focusing more on themselves, and like they was putting themselves on the pedestal. So I just kind of like, oh, okay, this is what it's gonna be. So I kind of noticed that there was some misogyny, and I'm not gonna name the members, but there was some form of misogyny taking place in Team Osiris. I'm gonna be honest, technical. And also what I've noticed, there is some form of prejudice in Team Osiris as well. And I'm not gonna name the individuals, okay? But there was some prejudice going on with certain individual in that group. And then there were certain individuals who really did not see the benefit of actually bringing the knowledge, but seeing seeing it as a way to bring about monetary resources, uh, gaining profit off of the group at the team as a whole. All right. And also because of my personal experience from a certain member who happened to disrespect me, yeah, I just kind of had a whole different attitude about the team. It's like it made me look at the team differently because I seen how that individual disrespect me, and then how the other members not really saying too much, or kind of like, putting that person in their place, like, hey, that, I mean, let it go. That's not how we handle things. Wooty wooty woo. I kind of felt like, and I still do feel like that those members are pretty much taking up for that individual because they got some type of brotherhood and fraternity going on. So because they got that little thing, they got their little cliquish thing going on, that they pretty much take up for that individual, pretty much, vouch for that person. So I'm like, okay, well, I pretty much need to get the fuck on then. I mean, because this ain't for me. And then when I tried to give this individual a benefit of the doubt, it just went totally left. From there, I'm like, fuck it altogether. That person tried to come back and apologize, and it wasn't the first time they apologized. But when that person tried to come back to apologize to me, the apology did not come from a state of sincerity. It wasn't like they were being very sincere in their apology. They were coming from a state of being narcissistic. They was very narcissistic with their apology. And I just didn't accept the apology. I didn't respond back because I feel like that person is very narcissistic, and that person just yeah, that person was just only doing that to aggrandize their ego. So yeah, so that's the con of being in Team Osiris for me. But overall, I wouldn't necessarily regret that because there's one person that I truly respect the most out of everybody in Team Osiris, and that's Ngozi. I really learned a lot from him, more than I did from anybody else in that group. Um, he has really inspired me to become a much better person, much greater, and just be able to like, start to just branch out on my own. Like he has exposed me to information that I never knew of, especially when it came to scientific knowledge. I was able to go to him and ask questions, and he would suggest sources for me. And then while he giving me that suggestion, if I was looking at that source that he was giving me, then I would go find out more sources and other sources. And I would say that there was another member who also made sure I had other resources, access to. That's Melvin. I would say that he made sure that I had access to resources and whatnot. So again, I don't necessarily regret the fact that I joined Team Osiris because I don't. I have no regrets behind it, but it was just things that I had to learn. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn. And I had to learn, especially being a female, being in a male dominated group like that particular group. It was a lot for me to learn. It was really a lot for me to learn, and it was just a learning experience. It was a learning experience. It helped me to become a wiser person and a better woman. You know what I'm saying? So I don't regret that. But would I ever join Team Osiris getting held to the motherfucking no? I would never join again. I would never join the team again. So I won't. But yeah. But you know, I really want to get my thoughts on this whole thing where I seen brother burning books and all this other shit. And you know, it's just people burning books, you know, niggas gossiping about each other like they some golden girls, niggas coming at each other's throats and shit. I'm like, my question is it really about the knowledge or is it about the egos? Because if it's about the knowledge, then everybody should be able to have an opportunity to teach and educate the people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because that's what it's really about, right? Educating people, giving people information. But if it's about pleasing your ego, then the people is not going to benefit from that. They're not going to benefit that as a collective. You know, all they're going to see is just a form of entertainment because they see that these guys are not really serious. They're just only trying to please themselves. And that's a sad thing. You know, it's a sad thing that you hear people plagiarizing stuff. You hear people scamming, con artists, all of that. It's sad to hear these kind of things because when people coming off the streets and they come into learning about information, coming into getting knowledge of self or just getting knowledge in general about history, they want to be able to come with an open mind. They come and prepared to learn, and they think that they reach out to individuals who will really help them to prepare that. But these individuals have other intentions. They have other goals in mind, you know. And so it's a sad thing for me. That's why I just kind of just laid off debating people. I kind of just backed away from having like certain type of conversation with folks because I pretty much see the mindset of individuals. So and for one, you know, I don't have as much time as I used to be on the Facebook like that anymore. And I would rather make videos and expressing my thoughts or my views, opinion, and or just sharing the information that way. And then secondly, it's just not really worth the energy like that. No, it's like you're going in circles. So when I see people sit back argue about the most redundant subjects ever, it's like you basically going in circle. You constantly going in circle. You constantly going in circle. Are you really learning from each other? Are you really gaining something out of this? Are you building something out of this? What are you getting out of this? What exactly are you getting from this? You're not gaining anything out of it. You're not learning anything out of it. So it's like you're just going in circles after going in circles after going in circle after going in circle, and it's a non-ending situation. It's a non-ending situation. You know, then you got people that just sit there and gossip about other people and what they do on their team, on their platforms or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I had my share a part of that. I'm gonna be honest, I had my share into that. So I had to include myself into it because I had a part into giving into that gossip, right? I had my part into that. But I had to sit back and just say, you know what? What's the purpose? People gonna do what they do. People gonna have their own information they're gonna teach. They're gonna have their own platform. As long as they're able to give people some form of knowledge to be able to help them to think for themselves and be able to think outside the box, then why should I be mad? You know, that's why I'm not mad at People like those from the Mozzie Ward clan. I don't have issue with those from Pseudo Killers. I don't have issue with those from Kofi Pie Side TV. Uh, I admire home team history from nothing with brother Jabari. I admire those who was actually teaching because there's some brothers and sisters on there that can actually teach. You know, um, like I said with Pseudo Kills, I have nothing against them. I have a good relationship with CK, a very powerful sister. You know what I'm saying? Very powerful sister, very magnificent sister. We may not see eye to eye on a lot of things, and that's okay. That's all right. We ain't gonna see eye to eye on stuff. You know, you can't see eye to eye with everybody, but we have something in common, and I respect the sister overall. You know, and she respect me, and we cool like that. You know what I mean? Uh, I respect I respect my man. What's his name? Sheffrin. I respect Sheffrin. I respect brother Unc. Shoot. I respect brother Sean. I respect Kofi. Like I said, I respect Ngozi and Geechee and Rakim and Malik and Cuban, just to name a few. And the sister from South Africa that's in Team Osiris, I have a lot of respect for her. You know, so I don't really have a serious personal issue with anyone. You know what I'm saying? I just wish that people would just get outside their ego. If you're really teach from a place of sincerity, teach from a place of humility, teach because you really care about the people and you want to see the people grow and elevate, not just because it benefits your needs and makes you look good and makes you feel like you're entitled to something. You know what I'm saying? Um, so so yeah, that's just where I stand on that in my position. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, that's just where I stand. I just think that there's greater issues, bigger issues that we dealing with in our community or in just in the world general. And just sitting around here debating about Egypt and the Hebrew Israelites, I mean that's cool and all, but that's not really an issue. The issue is what's really going on in the world. We dealing with so much crisis taking place. We done had mass shootings. We done, we deal with the poverty issues. Um, and then we got the Roe versus Wade issue going on where people going back and forth, which I refuse to engage in a debate about that for multiple reasons. Because I already gave my opinion, point of view, but I know how people can get with that because that's a very touchy subject for many folks. It's a lot of things that's really taking place, so it goes greater than what is being discussed in the conscious community. It goes greater than that. You know what I'm saying? It's greater than somebody's religious belief. It's greater than somebody's philosophical point of view. It's greater than that. It's a lot of things that's really happening around us, and I think that we gotta pay more attention to instead of just sitting up here sizing each other up and seeing who got what and who knows what. Okay, you all got the knowledge, you all got the information now, but what are you doing? What type of application are you putting out there? How's that really benefit everybody as a whole? How's that really helping somebody to really learn how to think outside the box? How's that helping somebody to go out there and research and be able to maneuver around in society in the world? So are you just talking just to be talking, just to, size each other up? If that's the case, then make a sports out of it. Why not get paid to debate? I mean, if you're going to debate all day, why not get paid for it? Why not make a sports out of it? I mean, at least that would bring some form of encouragement to people. That will bring people, draw people to want to be able to study more. I mean, because I have nothing against debates. I have nothing against people doing lectures at all. I think that that's a way that we should do it. I think that is a positive, constructive way that will keep people motivated and keep people entertained versus just having violence going on the streets. But we're gonna do it in a way where we constantly disrespect each other and we talk about each other's loved ones and we're ready to go to war with each other or we ready to fight each other over some information, then we're not getting nowhere. We're not getting anywhere at all. We're not getting anywhere at all. And it shouldn't get to that level. You know what I mean? It shouldn't get to the level where we deal with misogyny, name calling, personal attacks, etc. It should not get to that level. We should be able to respect one another, point of views, and opinions about things and just keep it moving. You know. So other than that, that's just my thoughts, and that's all I have to say about this. So thank you guys that has been watching my channel, that's been supporting my channel. Make sure you like and subscribe and share the channel, hit the notification bell, etc. And until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Okay. I know that I have not been on my regular topic as usual because I've been doing miscellaneous topics. So I'm gonna start back doing regular topics like I normally do. You know what I'm saying? Start just engaging more into subject matters and make sure that I have information available, books and all that alike, so people can look it up for themselves and do their own research and do their own homework assignment. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. So I'm not going to I don't have anything else to say. I'm not going to sit here very long, so I don't have anything else. So that's all I just want to express myself on and express my thoughts and my views. So yeah, pretty much that's what what I learned from the conscious community, what I learned from Team Osiris, and all others parties that was involved. So I kind of been in this thing for about 11 or 12 years. Okay. About 12 years I've been in this thing. You know, so I've been on this journey for 12 years. And that's pretty a long time to be on a journey like this. But prior to that, when I was in college, if you want to add college, it'll probably be 14 years. But just getting on the path of dealing with the conscious community, it's been 12 years. So I've been on this path for 12 long years. 12 long years. 12 long years. That's a long damn time. That's a long damn time for me. You know? But like I said, I don't have no hate against anyone. I'm just disgusted by the things that I witnessed, the things that I saw, and the things that I had to experience with certain individuals. But I have no hate towards anybody. You know, I would rather see our people coming together and unified and organized with each other. I would like to see our people engage into intellectual discussion. I like to see that. I like that we able to congregate with each other on the streets and not really fist fight with one another. You know, but I want us to progress more. So I want to see more progression taking place in the long run. Now let's take that to the next level. And let's show that there's more to us than just stand on street corners debating all day, this, that, and other. You know what I'm saying? Or just being about money and just trying to get a hustle off of people. You know. But anyways, with that being said, you guys, I hope you all have a good one. Y'all be safe. And I will talk to y'all later. So peace and power elevation be to all of you. And this your girl Tiffany. And make sure you like, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and share the channel. With that being said, deuces. Thank y'all so much for y'all support. And I will connect with you guys soon. All right.